This year, I am making it my mission to sample. I want to sample, I want to try before I buy. I don't want to rush into buying like new releases and stuff like that, but I do want to sample new and, you know, older fragrances. So I'm very excited to share what I've been trying recently with you. So I really wanted to get my nose on this first fragrance. I could not find it anywhere here in Dubai. At the time I was looking for it. Maybe it's more available now, but I just could not find it anywhere, so I had to order this sample. This is Tilia by Marc-Antoine Barrois. I knew the minute I heard the notes of this fragrance, I needed to try it. And also it was created with Quentin Biche, and usually I am a fan of a lot of the fragrances that he creates. It 100% is like a signature worthy scent. It's very distinctive. It has that kind of Quentin Biche touch, that DNA of his. This is a spectacular fragrance. It opens up very beautifully with that linden note, but then it does develop with these other kind of white floral notes that add a kind of semi-creaminess, a little bit of sweetness in there. On the skin, this does give you a little subtle touch of powder. 100% a love at first sniff for me. I immediately fell in love with this. Usually I don't really like to speak about longevity after only sampling because I feel like it's not really fair. You don't get a true feel for the performance of a fragrance. But I must say that just using this decant, I did get very, very good performance on using this sample. It really lasted a very long time on my skin. It gave amazing projection. And I can imagine this being a fragrance that gets a lot of compliments. Now, the only thing I did find with this fragrance is the dry down is quite similar to another fragrance I already have, Elikay's Musk K. And I did find that very surprising, but the opening and the kind of wear is a bit different. It's just the kind of dry down. There's something very similar to me about it. So I still want a bottle though. I really love this. I probably will look to definitely add this to my collection at some point. If I could find this for a good deal, I would absolutely love a bottle. It's spectacular. I currently don't have any fragrances from this particular house. I can't pronounce this to save my life, but the fragrance is called Story of Your Life and it's by the fragrance house Etat Libre d'Orange. Probably butchered that, I apologize. Story of Your Life is another fragrance that I heard the notes and I really liked the sound of it. So I got this sample. Now I actually really enjoy this. When I initially smelt this, it reminded me of something I've smelt before, and it's something that my husband wears, like a mix between a couple of his fragrances, and I feel like this actually would really suit him. So initially I obviously tried this for myself, but I feel like now I've tried it, I can really imagine this being a scent for my husband. I think it's really gorgeous. Notes listed on Fragrantica for this are Divana, benzoin, bread, orange blossom. You also have some rum, cocoa, vanilla, amber, woody notes and patchouli. It has quite a lot of stuff going on, but what I really pick up from this and I love is that it's kind of like got all of these quite rich notes, but it stays very airy and very kind of light and soft. It's really gorgeous. It's kind of quite boozy, but sweet, a little bit vanilla-y. It even reminds me slightly of Magenta Tanzanite by Armani Privé in a funny kind of way, a little bit more of a softer version. There's something a bit similar. They don't smell the same, but they just have a little bit of a similarity. It definitely is 100% unisex. I personally would wear this, but I feel like I can see it more on my husband. It's a beautiful, rich, quite smoky scent. Definitely smells really lovely on skin. When I tried this on my skin, I kept smelling it throughout the day and I felt like, wow, I could actually get a bottle of this. I really, really enjoy this one. So this is Maison Francis Kurkdjian's apom, and I was very, very curious to try this. I like the sound of something quite delicate and skin scent-like with some powderiness. I did feel like the notes in this sounded quite classy and something that I would like. So this is a very kind of delicate, pretty skin scent. It's really lovely. What I really like in the opening of this is there's this soapiness, and it's a very classy soapiness. It does remind me of like a bar of French soap that has like some lavender and some florals. It smells very clean, very elegant. It does give a little bit of that kind of powderiness, a little bit like kind of a baby powder smell. It is lovely, but I'm not sure if I would spend the amount that this costs on a full bottle, if I'm being totally honest. It smells nice on skin, it's very soft, it's not going to project a lot. And I found the longevity was kind of moderate, it wasn't kind of eternal. It is pretty, it is elegant. However, I at this stage don't think I'll be getting a bottle. I think for the price, I have other fragrances that I would kind of rather spend that money on. So this for me is a pass at this current stage, but I will continue to kind of keep trying the fragrance out because I have a couple of samples. So yeah, I'll use it up and I'll see how it goes, I think. So next up is a Creed fragrance. This is Delphinus, and recently I've actually been quite enjoying some of the latest releases by Creed. And I've mentioned in some of my other videos, I haven't actually always been a big lover of Creed scents, but the last few releases I actually have really enjoyed. And Delphinus, this was another one that I actually really liked. I actually thought this was a really lovely fragrance. I like that almond note. It's sweet, it's very smooth smelling. I think the orris gives it this butteriness. You have notes of black pepper in the opening and also pink pepper. I don't find the opening to be very peppery at all. I do pick up some kind of smooth smokiness, the sweetness, some vanilla, some almond. I do smell a touch of purple florals in here. There's some heliotrope, so it has that kind of very soft powderiness that you can sometimes get from heliotrope. Base notes in this, you have some vanilla, some leather, some tonka bean, some patchouli and some amber wood. And I feel like the dry down on this is very, very sophisticated. It's very smooth. If you do like those kind of vanilla leather scents, this is a very good one to try. There's something quite addictive about it. And I think it's that note of almond in here that also adds this kind of special touch to this fragrance. It's very, very lovely, very sophisticated, very classy. And from what I do remember, I think the performance was pretty good on this as well. I would love a bottle of this. It's another one from Creed that I actually really love. I think it's gorgeous. Lastly, I have this fragrance by Fragrance du Bois, and it is Oud Jaune Intense. Being a white floral lover, I just needed to try this. The price on these fragrances is mad, so you know, it's not something you would ever want to blind buy. But yeah, this is really lovely. This is very, very smooth. It's sweet, it's floral, it's a bit fruity, kind of like a little bit tropical. It has these tropical notes. You have some pineapple, some tiare flower. You have fruity notes, and immediately you pick up the fruits in here. You have white and yellow florals. You also have some vanilla and some musk. It has all the things that I love, and that is why I needed to try this. I am looking for a very kind of elevated fruity scent. Now, in all honesty, yes, it's pretty. It is done very well. It is smooth, it's blended lovely, but I think for the price, I wouldn't get a bottle. I feel like it is very, very expensive for what it is. And I think there are other fruity, tropical, floral fragrances that are just as lovely and are kind of a lot more affordable. I highly recommend sampling any of these fragrances before purchasing because they are very expensive. So that wraps up my sampling video. Please do comment and let me know if you have any of these fragrances or if you have sampled any. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.